Hey, guess who's back and totally not dead? Yes, it is I, and I am here trying to put out another video. I am struggling to find the time, motivation, and energy to do these with all the other real-life stuff happening. But here I am, and I'm still trying to make videos and doing the best I can to balance everything out. But you're not here to listen about that. You are here to check out the scars. Okay, so here they are. I've got a black one and a, what do you call this? Just desert tan? They have an actual name for it. I don't know. But let's start off with this one. This is the Scar 16, otherwise known as the Scar L. The L stands for light, and this is how it really looks. Now I know in the video games like Ghost Recon and everything else, they're a nice flat beige color like the lower in the stock, and it doesn't have this mishmash, but this was done deliberately in order to create a more broken pattern, like camouflage. So if you can imagine it all being the same color, it's not going to really blend in well. Well, this one see has different blacks, so it's not a good example. But by making different colors, the idea, whoops, didn't mean to do that. The idea is that it breaks up the outline and kind of blends you in a little bit better than one solid color. I think it's ugly, but they decided to go that route. It is not just poor manufacturing, or at least that's what they say. So this one, the Scar L, pretty short, just a standard assault rifle configuration, is firing the 223 5.56 NATO round, probably 5.56 NATO because that's kind of the military type of round. And we talked about the differences, but just they're the same basically. If anyone asks you, don't worry about it. But we might talk about that some other time. So we have a folding and collapsible stock. Probably shouldn't load it before talking about this stuff. So you can fold it off to the side, different lengths, and you can see there's no buffer tube coming out the back there like an AR-15. You have all the springs up in here working in front so that you can collapse it down in case you want to carry it on your chest in a building or in a car, or not really advisable for CQB unless you got to get around a corner that's pretty tight and you just want to keep it up in the chest and not actually worry about hitting anything. So let's fold that on out because I'm a tall guy. And we've got the standard controls. We've got magazine release, both sides, which is pretty neat. I actually did a drill where I was trying to fire an AR-15 around barriers, and I was switching to left-handed to go around the left side of the barrier, and I tried to do a regular reload, and it became really awkward. It was, I forget what the name was, but the type of reload, you actually have to manage two magazines at once, and so there really was no way to eject this magazine with the new one in your hand unless you had a mag release on the left side. So it's niche. It is helpful for left-handed shooters because you can also move the bolt handle to the other side if you'd like, or if you're right-handed still, you can put it on the right side, charge it like an AK. But for fast right-handed shooters and reloading, you know, this is a good configuration. Still using your right index finger to drop the mag and your left hand to cock the bolt. So let's run through, I guess, a couple of more. There's bolt release, and we have our shooting modes: single fire, fully automatic. Let's go. Fires from a closed bolt position. You can see these sights are pretty high, but it helps kind of keep your sight where it's supposed to be with your cheek into the stock, and the barrel stays down low for a nice recoil. And now I'll just switch it so you guys get a little bit of a different view here. Don't comment on my shooting stance here because obviously just a video game thing. Okay, we are out. We can see we have last shot hold open. We can drop the mag with the button, throw a new one in, and we can either pull the bolt back a little and let it go, or hit the bolt catch there. Okay, another one there. Pretty good. What else can we talk about? So, this front sight is in there for good. It's attached to the gas block, but we can lower it. And you can see there's a little dial up here, not a dial, screw, adjustment knob, And what this is for is to change how much gas goes from the barrel into the gas system. So when you fire a round, let's pretend like that's forward, and you hit the trigger, bang. So the bullet is going to fly out, and there's still expanding gases which are propelling the bullet. So a little bit of them come out into the gas block. There's a little hole in the barrel, and so the pressure forces the gas into there and causes a tube here to collect all that pressure, and that forces back this operating rod, which is in there, and you can't actually see the gas system. It's just modeled strangely. But that is attached to the bolt, and that causes the action to cycle, forward, locking lugs, reset, etc., etc. So the reason this is adjustable is normally in really gross situations if you're having trouble with the rifle not cycling around properly. So let's say you're just shooting and bang, and you don't really know what happened. It didn't really eject, new round didn't feed, you just go click. So what could be happening is this could be getting gunked up with carbon residue or some other type of dirt that might have gotten in there, and you can adjust this so it's a little more open, and that forces more gas or allows more gas to go into the gas tube, operate that piston, and it will cycle more aggressively. So you want to keep it on its lower setting if you're clear, then you have the option to adjust it into a higher setting in inclement situations, or if the gun's super old and crusty and you're not going to ultrasonic clean it. So that is that. We were talking about the sights, weren't we? So you can drop those down. You can see this is tough because you can adjust that little peep sight in the back for different sizes, different elevation, different amounts of view you can have. So you can't fold those down. You get a nice flat rail, and we can put, that's not it, a sight on top. What is this? Looks like an aim point. So a cool thing about these sights is they're nice and out of the way. They're not co-witnessing. Co-witnessing is when you have both the hollow sight or a red dot up, and you have either just a front or a front and rear sight. I don't know why people like to do this, maybe for redundancy, but they should line up. And so this allows you to switch back and forth between backup iron sights and a hollow sight, 3D sight, not 3D sight, reflex sight quickly in case that fails. You don't have to take it off, and it doesn't really change your cheek weld, your positioning. So there we go, the FN Herstal SCAR 16S, or 16S if you're a civilian. The S denotes the civilian semi-automatic version. The regular 16 is just the military version and can fire full auto. So let's graduate to the 17. I'm gonna put some of these mags away. Pretty much the same size. It's got the same upper, same length, same grips, stock. Where the difference is in the barrel and the lower receiver, kind of some of the internals as well to grab the different size round. But this is firing the 223 round, and the bigger 17 is firing the 308 NATO round. You can see there's quite a difference there, assault rifle versus battle rifle, whatever you want to call them. 308 round is gonna be a more powerful round. It's a larger bullet, so it's gonna have more inertia and stay flatter for longer. This one also has a weird little rail system coming out the front. You can see the receivers are actually the same length. And I guess that's for a bipod up really far, or I'm not sure, because it looks like it shouldn't attach the gas system because it should free float the barrel. Just an interesting note, if you have let's use this one, a little more barrel exposed, a bipod that just attaches to the barrel, when you set that on something, if you imagine that this is the bipod, it's a very terrible example, but if you set it on something, there's going to be some weight on that barrel, and that's going to cause this barrel to flex up a little bit. I'm talking like a millimeter at most, but sometimes that's enough to throw off your sight, because this sight is attached to either the barrel really far back or to the receiver, which is also attached to the barrel. So it's going to point straight, and if you lean this on like a wall, if you're sniping like that, or on a bipod fixed to the barrel, it's going to flex that barrel up and your bullet trajectory is just going to be nonsense. So these, I'm just going to look down here, which is a terrible idea. These handguard systems should free float the barrel, which means they don't actually touch the barrel. They only kind of interact with the barrel back here where the upper receiver actually touches the barrel. So that should prevent the barrel from getting deflected in any direction, and the sight will line up so you don't have to worry about that kind of stuff. Put that away. Go back to the 308 rounds, same controls, same workings, just that different low receiver because it is a longer round, so magazines have to be a different size. Bigger barrel for a larger caliber, different bolt head. Other than that, they can switch back and forth pretty easily, so SCAR heavy, single fire. Take it off safe. Rookie mistake. Keel. I think I put it on full auto, but that's okay. We'll just let her rip. So why would you want to fire this in full auto? Well, A, because it's hilarious. B, suppressive fire, and C, because you don't actually pay for your own bullets. Those are 3 big reasons to fire this in fully automatic. It's pretty sweet. So you got the same sight system going on here. Let's try and pull this off. Pop it on here. Put it all the way up like some kind of weird scout scope. That looks silly, but as it should. Go for another angle. What'd I do? I accidentally turned it on safe. Yeah, controlling this is tough. Obviously, it's a video game. So let's make it even harder with a drum magazine. Ah! Get some! I don't know how many this holds. That many. That many bullets. I don't even want to think about how much money that would be in 308. 50 rounds. Thank you very much. That's too much for me, though. So here is a drum of 223. Now, it won't fit for obvious reasons. Let's put that through the SCAR L. Let's see what we're actually hitting. I have a laser, don't I? Let's pop that on. Yeah. Maybe I don't. Oh, there it is. So it's a live gun. Just keep that in mind when you're putting suppressors on, that this is not real. I actually think the threads are backwards too. So we've got all these rails, might as well use them. Let's mount this in a silly way. That's not a laser, is it? Oh well. Woo! Nice, I like that. That's fun. Let's do it again. Okay, I thought it was just really bad at lining that up. It's just because it's the wrong magazine. I love this game. I love these fake guns. I love being able to do stupid things with guns that are obviously going to be bad practice in real life. Anyways, just since we have all these extra drums, let's just, okay, that's not the magazine. Let's just run some more rounds through this. This is already a long video. So, if you're still here, good for you. Proud of you. All right, that's not enough involvement. Let's grab that smaller mag. See how fast we can shoot this guy. If I don't keep putting it on semi. I did it again. Arm strength, gotta work those biceps. You know, funny thing, I know this is, again, not real, but suppressors make everything seem weak until you shoot them, and then you realize all the recoil is still there. But they're pretty neat. Okay, well, we'll end on that note. Game glitching off. Anyways, thanks you guys for joining me again on this strange YouTube video journey. I'm gonna stick around. I'm gonna keep trying to make videos, but like I said, it's tough for me. So with, you know, all the other stuff going on. So if you'd like to stick around for the long haul, I'm gonna be here still doing some stuff. But if not, you know, that's cool. I understand. But anyways, thank you guys so much for watching, for following, and you know, sticking with me all these times. And I'm gonna keep trying to make videos. So I'll see you in the next one.